Namaste programs, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Discover Norway Bush Trip Leg 13 from Hela to Tromsø. Let's go. Let's get going. So Tromsø, huh? I was saying yesterday that I didn't think we were that far north, but yeah, there we go. Another 45 minutes, even further north. Let's hope there's enough runway here. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Probably should have turned around. Nah, we're fine. Plenty of room. Plenty of room. We want 52 degrees for 1 minute 15. We're going to... Oi, Helsundet. Once in the sky out of Svolvær Airport, head northeast and you'll traverse the narrow strait. Oi, Helsundet. Oh, this must be here. Get our flaps up. Enjoy this beautiful scenery. Crazy little rocky, bumpy, mountainy, islandy thingies. Technical terms, obviously. So yeah, we're further north than I thought. We're at the top of Norway. A little bit more. We've just hit 1 minute 15, but of course with the takeoff and the slow speeds and all that, we'll probably want to go a little bit further. This is the narrow strait we're in now, I guess is Helsundet. Let's try and get to our level flight. 90% power, -2 or 3% trim. Oh, well, we were actually -5 yesterday, weren't we? But we'll see. We'll see what we get to. So, let's go. We now want 33 degrees for 5 minutes and 5 seconds. That's over these mountains. So, having just decided to level off, we need to climb again. So, Ingolsfjorden. Pass soaring peaks to your west, and you'll soon be over the cold waters of Ingolsfjorden. Okay. See, we're not too bad. There we go. We're going to just miss these mountains. So we can level off about here. That'll be alright. Oh, a bit of a floof of wind there. Ingolsfjorden. I wonder which... It's not going to be this fjord in front of us. It's going to have to be further, maybe even over the next mountains there. Maybe we'll need to just allow it to climb a little bit while we're still going. We'll go full power. Maybe 1% down trim. Because we are going to, well, I could just sort of fly to the right there and go up the channel rather than over the mountain, but hey. Follow the rules, follow the headings, follow the instructions. Blindly, without question. Got a look around. Ooh, that's pretty. Definitely a spectacular country to look at, isn't it? Ain't it just spectacular? Well done, Norway. You've done well. Slightly fast, designing the fjords for the mice. They've done a good job. I think we can level off now. About 4,000 feet will do. Look at that lake there, just sitting there, minding its own business. Just on a shelf. Alright, we've done 3 minutes of 5 minutes. Our fuel readings today are much better. It's moving along now. Fair enough. Using the left tank. Four minutes of 5 minutes, so I'm guessing this must be Inglesfjorden. Or something close to it. Oh, look at this lovely bridge. And tunnel through the mountain. Wow. Bridges and tunnels. I'm guessing the Norwegians are good at those two things, given their landscape. Alright, we're about to hit 5 minutes, so this must be Inglesfjorden. Below us now. Give it another few seconds. Wait till we're right above it, right on top of it. There we go, so now we want 26 degrees for 3 minutes 52. Oh, hello little town. At the base of this huge mountain. Only accessible by that one road. Wow. That's crazy. Now we want Sigafjorden. Fly for 11.4 nautical miles to the northeast and reach Sigafjorden. Spelt with an I in it as well. All the other fjordens are Fjorden. This one's Fjorden, and they've spelt it that way twice, so I assume that's just it. That's actually correct. Or else they typoed it twice. Is this a caldera? I think it is. Volcanic caldera. It's going to be pretty spectacular to fly over. Wow. Look at that. Sheer cliffs. Unbelievable. Amazing. Alright, we've done 2 minutes of basically 4 minutes. On our way to Sigafjorden. Or Sigafjorden. Fjorden. Probably a typo. That little town below us there on the water, that's cute. Awesome. More towns on the water. Everything is populated up here. Absolutely everything. Alright, we're about to hit, this must be Sigurfjorden below us, in this little town as well. I mean, it doesn't actually say it's a fjord, I mean, except in the name. So this is probably the town it's talking about. So there we go, time to turn. 46 degrees for 2 minutes and 3 seconds. To Sorfjorden. Continue northeast to the fjord Sjorfjorden. Simple enough. 2 minutes this way. Oh wow, look at this valley. There's farms and things. Very pretty. Down to a little town. Oh, isn't it good? Isn't it magnificent? Alright, we've done 1 minute of 2 minutes. This must be it. Well, maybe that's it over there actually. This is just a separate little fjord. We're probably heading to that one in front of us. Facing northeast basically. Well, that must be the old Sorfjorden. Again, not much explanation, just continue northeast to the fjord. Although we're just about to hit 2 minutes, well, 10 seconds to 2 minutes, so is this what, this one maybe? Yeah, I think it's time to turn, actually. Let's go 38 degrees for 1 minute 6 seconds to Godfjorden. A short distance over a narrow line of peaks lies Godfjorden, which is set amid a massive sweep of mountains. See, with a bit of explanations, yeah, this matches. This is the mountains we're going over, and it's set amongst a sweep of mountains, this one. So this is Godfjorden. God's Fjord. And if on your journey you should meet God, God will be cut. More towns, more roads. Every bit of coast is pretty much inhabited. That's insane. I wonder how much of the inland where all the mountains are is inhabited. Perhaps that's the the trade-off. Alright, we now want 72 degrees for 5 minutes 23. So I think we probably need to gain a bit of height for that. Well, let's do that. This mountain on our right's just a little bit in the road. We could just fly down a little bit and head along the coast, but again, you know, instructions, doing what I'm told. I'm a bit belligerent that way, especially if the instructions make no sense. I like following nonsensical instructions to show how nonsensical they are, but hey, 72 degrees, 5 minutes 23, let's go. We've made it over that mountain. Go back to cruising speed. Harstad, just under 16 nautical miles to the northeast, is the city of Harstad. Look at this scenery, it's amazing. Look around this way. Beautiful, very beautiful. So let's see, the water's basically, well, we're looking out to the east here. Yeah, okay. I'm not quite sure how that fits in with my limited knowledge of the geography of Norway, but hey, I'll allow it. I guess we're up sort of towards the bend at the top. Fairly large little town. Fairly large little town. Fairly little large town here, yeah. Right, 242 of 523. Halfway-ish there. Harstad must be at the end of this edge of this fjord up here. Honestly, not seeing anything looking like it's going to suddenly be a big city, but hey, maybe it'll start rendering in soon enough and be abundantly clear. Guess this is a city, question mark. Very leafy and foresty if it is. We've got 1.5 minutes till we're meant to turn. I mean, would you call it a city? Big town. The big town, really. We've got a, well, no football field, but a racetrack. Gotta be a football field though, right? There's gotta be. How can we not visit a place and find a football field? One there, maybe? Possibly. Bit small, I think, but maybe. Maybe. It's not marked out right now if it is. Another sort of square thing in front of us here that could almost be one. Another 20 seconds before we're meant to turn, but I think we're arriving early today. The timings are a little bit strange. So I am going to start turning once I get over this possible football field. That is a football field. So yeah, good. There we go. Definitely turn over the football field. There we go. We want 47 degrees for 8 minutes 32. To Dairoya. Continue northeast, and in 25 nautical miles you'll pass over the island of Dairoga. Dairoya? Don't know where the G came from. I added a G there. Dairoya. Straight over the water. Alright, I'm going to change fuel tanks. Marvellous. Everything's marvellous. That's a big island. Goodbye. I've already forgotten your name, but it was wonderful anyway. Well, I'm going to have to click on it. What was it? Harstad. I had Helmstead in my head. I'm thinking it wasn't Helmstead. It was Harstad. Of course it was. How have I ended up at 40 degrees when I'm meant to be doing 47? Cool. Very nice. Very beautiful. Many lovely. Excellent. Right, 3 minutes of 8 minutes done. So, I guess this is the island of Dairoya. That's probably about 5 minutes away, isn't it? Hard to tell. We're at this flying over water, so everything looks like it's basically paused. It's moving along so slowly, although not really, you know. If you watch the edges of the screen, we are moving along at quite a clip. What did I see here the other day? Aileron trim. Let's do it slightly that way, to try and counteract the heaviness of the fuel. Okay, That is much too much. Much too much. Let's go 0.4. That's even worse apparently. Am I doing it around the wrong way or something? I am messing with forces I do not understand. Yeah, well, of course I'm doing it the wrong way. I'm an idiot. Why would I do it this way? It'd be this way. Let's try that. It's still too much. No, definitely the wrong way. The right first way was the right way. But why was it so sensitive? 0.1%, and I'm basically having to fight it now. Let's get back to 0 before we crash our plane here. Let's do 0.1, 0.3 that way. See how that goes. Yeah, so still too much that way. So 0.1. Just a tad, just a little bit. Just a smidgen. Yeah, that's better. That's better, because we are heavy on the right. As we always are. And I do like to be able to trim things properly, but I don't have that bound to anything on the controller. Aileron trim. I think it is on the keyboard, but I don't remember what it was. Actually, was it 0 and 1? A 0 and dot on the... Let's see. No, that's not making any difference, so it's definitely not that. Alright, another 2 minutes. This must be diarrhea below us. Oh, it's inhabited as well. Now we're listing to the left, even though it's 0.1. That's ridiculous. We still should be heavy on the right because of the fuel. Let's see, what are we doing now? Yeah, now we're listing ever so slightly to the right, see? So the difference between 0.1% and 0%, it means either drifting left or drifting right. That's not sensitive enough. Alright, I had to see what the controls for aileron trim were. So control num6 and control num4. So we went look, that's one tap on num4. It's so sensitive. Crazy. So what have we actually ended up doing there? 0%. It doesn't show you the changes in the cockpit. That's great. It doesn't even tell me what trim I'm at now. Alright, we're about to hit 8 minutes 30. We're above the right runway, what am I trying to say here? Island. And we want 37 degrees for 10:43. Malangen. Continuing on your course, you'll soon reach Malangen, a stunning 37-mile-long fjord. A mere 11 minutes away. So look, here we go. I'm going to put it at level flight at 37 degrees. There we go. And I'm going to let go of the controller, and I'm going to list to the right. Well, then control 4. And that's one tap, and we're already way too trimmed that way. That's crazy. You can't... that can't possibly be right. I should be able to do an ever so slight trim to try and counteract the right hand listing, but no. The slightest little thing. Am I getting it around the wrong way maybe? No, that's definitely not the case. And I need to double check now that I haven't left it at some, well that reckons it's 0, so we'll put it at 0 here. Just to make double sure, so yeah. Can't aileron trim. Just have to constantly be sitting here changing my my direction. So be it. I've done it for all of these bush trips so far. Literally tens of hours of these things. Here I am on the last of them. Trying to get it aileron trim to working. Aileron trim working or aileron trim to work. I don't know why I mixed those two up. English, out the window. Don't need it anymore. I've evolved. I'm making up my own language now. Trying to think. Well, actually, I looked at there was. Well, no, it would have been there somewhere. I should be able to put aileron trim on the controller, which would then at least maybe it's because it's the keyboard that makes it go so sensitive. And I need an analog device to deal with it, but unfortunately, I'm just thinking through everything here. I don't think everything's taken. Holding Y and then up and down is elevator trim. Left and right is rudder trim, although this plane doesn't have a rudder trim, so maybe I should put aileron trim on that. But yeah, I use rudder trim on some of the other planes, so don't really want to lose that control. And what else could you do? Nothing. What is X? Oh, X is center view, is it? Okay. Could almost put it... I wonder if you can do hold X and then use the thing like you can do with the Y. Right, I had to experiment. Hashtag science. I've now potentially put it on X, D-pad right and left for aileron trim. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it is working. Okay, it's doing a bit, going a bit nuts, but it's much less sensitive. There we go. Right, all we need to do now is get rid of this X being... Oh, that's the wrong button. Alright, there we go. I never use X, which is meant to look at the nearest point of interest, but I just don't use it, so... There we go. I've now got aileron trim on X. Fuck yes. Of course, we're now going in the wrong direction. Going into the menu has, of course, wrecked my navlog. There we go. Refresh that. And let's try and find the right direction here. Well, 37 degrees for another 5 or 6 minutes or so. Sorry for the disruption. I had to. The science. I just, you know, I need an aileron trim on the controller. Doesn't work on the keyboard. It's way too sensitive. You just tap the 4 key and it puts 87,000% trim on it. But here on the controller, much better. Look at this. Level flight. Level direct flight without tipping over constantly. Or slightly tipping over to the... No, actually we're doing alright. Maybe a single tap to the right. There we go. Aileron trim. Just what we've needed this whole time. 100 hours into the game. Oh, I'm not touching the controller at all. It's just, the plane is just flying itself. Beautiful. Just hit 6 minutes of 10:43 on our way to Mullangan. Mullangan, maybe. Melangen? So does it show me the trims that I've done now? What percentage it does? 0.1. There we go. We're 0.1 that way. And then I just a single tap. Still 0.1. Alright, okay, so it doesn't update this in the cockpit. Nope. So I should actually put that on. Come on, 0 please. 0? No. Won't let me do 0. Probably flying upside down now. Right, won't let me do it. Fair enough. You can't have everything. It only mostly works. That's how life goes. Sorry for the extremely loud motorcycle going by. You know how motorcyclists are. They absolutely love to make as much noise as possible. Because they're such unselfish people. Can't get this trim right now. I had the trim right. I messed with it. No. There we go. There we go. That's looking alright. What have we got? 8 minutes of 10:43. 3 and a bit minutes to go. Let's have a look around. Beautiful. Amazing. More towns, more farms on both sides of this thing. This is a big island, I think. Oh, bit of a stutter. Don't like that. Alright, 9:11. A 37-mile long fjord is Mullangan, so this is it. This must be it. Big fjord. We're going to turn in about a minute and a bit. Minute and a bit. One more minute. One more minute. This summer. Let's wait till we're over the land here. Give it 20 seconds. We're 10:29 of 10:43. I think we're basically heading a little bit to the right next, so we'll try and aim it so that we don't have to go over the mountains here. We can sneak through the little valley there. Here we go, 10:43. Now we want 51 degrees for 3:52. On our way to Balsfjorden. Or Balsfjorden perhaps, but I'm going to go for Balsfjorden. B-A-L-S, not B-A-L-L-S, but hey, you know. Alright, 51 degrees is of course going to take us over the mountains, so I am going to head to the right here, because if I'm not mistaken, the next thing will be to the airport. So I don't really want to have to climb to massive heights just to hop over here. I'm going to head there and then over to there. Just take a slight detour so that we're not having to jump over the dang mountains. But this is almost certainly Balsfjorden over here. I wonder if we can sneak between these two mountains rather than going right round, because we want 51 degrees. I think we're high enough just to sneak through between them. I think I'm going to try it just for the hell of it. Just to say it can be done. In fact, I think I'm taller than this second, I'm higher than this second mountain anyway, so we should be okay. But I want to zoom through here. Especially as we went a bit further right than we should have. So now we're going a little bit further left than we should have, and now we can head back to 51 degrees. Meow. Alright, and we've done 2 minutes 37 of 3 minutes 52. Don't know why we're suddenly gaining a lot of height. I'm touching nothing. Updraft, I guess. No, just every patch of coastline is inhabited. Incredible. Think if that was the case, that somehow Norway would be, you know, billions of people, but I've never heard of it being up there in number of people. I guess it's all rural, no real big cities, a couple, but let's see. We're turning in about 5 seconds. Good enough. Let's go. 3:55 for 3 minutes 7 seconds. Tromsø, head due north and land at Tromsø Airport. It seems to be on the water next to some ferry. I think I can already see it. That must be it there, right? You're right. Am I right or am I right? I think quite possibly I am correct. Yeah, 3:55 would be about right, but I want to come at it from this angle a little bit further. We can start losing height. Let's just double check on our instruments. Yeah, that's where the airport is. Is it showing up on here yet? Not yet. And I can't be bothered zooming. Let's try to lose some speed. What is it? ENTC. It'll show up soon enough. It'll show up soon enough. flaps down. Let's trim back up a bit just to make our life easier. Wheels down, check. There we go. Airport showing up on VFR. Is it going to say ENTC? Yes, it is. Correct airport. So this is Tromsø, is it? So this is Tromsø. What have we done? Alright, we're a bit low. We're going to land in the water if we continue what we're doing, which would be the opposite of ideal. Unideal? Inideal? Anideal? Bad idea? Alright, looking pretty good actually. Just a long way out. Grab yourself a cup of tea or something. We'll be landing shortly. For large values of shortly. Okay, so how are we looking now? Still looking pretty good. Speed's okay. Looks like we're coming in pretty well. Pretty well. $500. Bottles of beer on the wall. 500 bottles of beer. Take one down, drink it down. 499 bottles of beer on the wall. Alright, I think we're looking good. I think we're looking real good. I think we can even probably power down a little bit more. We've got our lights in the water as always. Alright, we're over the tarmac. We can get rid of the power now. Get our flaring going. Try not to hit that light. Probably hit that light, but it doesn't matter. It's no clip for lights in this game. Just like the trees. Buildings you crash into, but trees and lights and things, they are incorporeal. There we go. That was the penultimate trip of the Norway Bush Trip. Tomorrow will be the last one of this little segment of Bush Trips. All 5 Scandinavian ones will have been done, hopefully by this time tomorrow. Well, I hope you enjoyed that one. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. Au revoir. Goodbye.